What's going on YouTube? Canada We're back again, folks. Guys, gotta be honest here. I was getting ready, as you can see, got some new equipment back here. So I was trying to set up the green screen because I'm getting ready to do something in Adobe XD. I think I told you guys before. And I gotta postpone it a little bit. So I didn't want to come here at the end towards the end of the week with no video. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get into it. I've been working now. Or this is probably a week after my 1 year anniversary professionally as a web developer. I say professionally, but you know, it's just being with an organization. I've been freelancing now for a couple of years before that, so this has been something truly awesome, and I'm excited to talk about some things. There's some perks, and then I'm gotta shed some light on some things that I did learn after my first year. 3 things that you need to know within that first year. You'll find out professionally as a developer. Alright guys, so like I said, Canada. If you're new to the channel, guys, welcome. Here on my channel, I'll talk about everything from coding, designing, and just navigating and just kind of living life and trying to work your way through code to land that dev job. So if there's something you like, please feel free to, let's give me some likes too, please give me some likes. Please feel free to like, share, and sub, and got some cool stuff coming up. So as I mentioned, there are 3 things that I learned here in my first year of being a professional developer. Number 1, the workflow, the work process is much slower than the world I was in when I was freelancing. It was a whole different approach. Freelancing is a little more rapid, so you get there, hey look, I need this, let's get it done, let's make it happen. XYZ, pay half up front, get the other half, boom, bada bing, bada boom, we're out. When it comes to a business standpoint, which I knew these things already. So this is actually transitioning into the same type of environment, just like I said, more organized, more structured. But the process is much slower. You have to set up meeting times, and people's times have to match up, and then they're pulling in other people part of the conversation, and then you have to talk about all, you know, walk them through different setups and get these things moved and all these moving parts all before you really start to roll up your sleeves and start really building something. And then even in the midst of that, so many revisions. I mean, there are allotted so many revisions, but even one revision, it's just the process. It's just, but all in all, it's awesome. Like, it has its moments. But I've certainly learned though, it's so much different of a pace when working professionally. Everything's slower. Everything. Number 2, the second one. The second one is I've learned that your position, the workload. Be careful how I say this. Let me see. The workload is not so demanding, and it's pretty simple. Your positions are pretty simplified. In most cases, they're simple. It's not much required. You just kind of doing, and you kind of get amazed sometimes on how simple the work is, and yet you get hired for it. So just saying, like, the demands are not as demanding as you think. They're a lot more simple. But in my case, I'm wearing different hats. So let's say this, it gets a little boring. It gets a little boring. So thank goodness for me, I get to wear other hats where today, you know, I'm chilling out and developing a client site, and it takes forever. I'm drained. Then the next day, I'm working in Adobe XD all day just designing, or even in Photoshop, just all day just designing, just making mock-ups, product designs, you name it, and we've just made a day of it. So it keeps the breaking up the mundane, because it'll be a drag. It'll honestly be a drag. So don't be surprised if you kind of bored at your first role. That's why you really want to be outside of work, collaborating with other developers, building on things, and honestly just finding ways to beef up your portfolio. Which leads to number 3. The third thing I learned was is you're gonna find out And this is a good find, but at the same time, it really puts things in perspective quickly. But you're gonna find out you're worth way more than what you got paid your first role. But again, as I always preach to everyone, get in the game, guys. Get in the game. It's gonna be probably a very simple, very dumbed down position. It really is. That's the name of the game, is because you need the experience. So you have to get in first. You can't even be a part of a conversation. I mean, okay, people already tell you, you know, your LinkedIn profile, your resume, and all these things. That's cool. That gets you into the conversation. But then the second phase of the conversation is the experience. How much of that do you have? So, yeah. So anyway, with that being said, I've been thrown several emails now, and really honestly more than that. I'm just thinking about the latest ones I've gotten. This really honestly ranged from 20 to about 50K more than what I make. So huge deal, maybe even actually 60K more. But it just goes to show you, once you get in, attention is kind of given to you now. When you kind of just in the swing of things, they take notice to you. So let's say I want to throw some bonus stuff in there too, a couple of bonus things in here, but as far as mentionings. But yeah, you're gonna learn it quickly that your worth is so much more than what you got paid. It really is. So when you first get into the game, you're getting in, it's gonna be decent. Some may look up and you think it's pretty legit, but these positions, these roles are available. You're gonna have more than enough skills for them, more than you know. And yeah, they're pretty exotic, the price ranges, or the rates, I should say, the salaries. So do know that is the cool part about it, though. It is the not so cool is when you gotta understand where you're working now to know that, oh, I'm getting paid much less than what I could be paid doing the same thing. And you gotta be the power through that, though. You know, you gotta also weigh out other things, though. How awesome is your work-life balance? Are you being challenged enough? If not, then what are you doing to get yourself challenged? Are you doing other things outside of work that bridges the gap? Or are you building up your portfolio the way you should be doing anyway and getting yourself prepped for the next phase? So, yeah, that's that. Two things I do want to mention, though, is the other piece when I mentioned the resumes, all this cool stuff. Whatever, you want to also have, you're gonna have those soft skills. So you have all this, but the soft skills are the everything. This first role reminded me. I was already doing this when I freelanced, but it's a friendly reminder that I was everything. You got to be self-starter, just a go-getter. Everything from the consultations to getting things set up, to troubleshooting, to just shelling out just all kinds of designs and things, and honestly handling tough conversations, and yeah, all of the above. You gotta be prepared for all that. And at the same time, if you're being remote like I am, it gets pretty tricky. I will certainly have a video up about what you don't know about being a remote developer, but as in the time to come. But the other part I wanted to mention also was, guys, I gotta kind of be honest. I don't remember what the second one was. I drew a blank. I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, just know the soft skills count. And yeah, it's nothing what you think in that first position. Everything is great starting off, but over time, when you hit that year mark, you just poof, everything is blown open. You literally see it's like the veil is lifted, and you realize there's so many more opportunities. So many more opportunities, not even just in the position you're in other positions that are even closely related. Even these dream positions you thought were just so out of reach or just so much more attainable, because you've got into a professional environment, and especially when you can put some legitimate soft skills together, and on the side you're extending yourself, developing and building things. I figured out what the second one was, or that second piece was even considering making a YouTube channel. Nobody's saying to be a full-blown content creator teaching people how to code and stuff. Just express your journey, your whole journey of how you got to where you are, and people want to hear that. People want to hear that, you know. So it's just hope for others out there, and that's what I like to do, is talk about my journey, which I'm due for a later, like a new video to kind of do that better. I got a way better setup now. So your journey, and also start talking about what you're building on. I'm getting ready to do the same. Just start talking about things you're building on. Show them you have some know-how about yourself, and this really leverages you better than a resume can. This really helps cut the clutter. You actually get to eliminate some steps in interviews. Trust me, it's already worked for me in certain aspects. So keep that in mind. And I think that's it. So folks, there you go. I gave you 3 of them, and really some plus more bonuses, but 3 things that you find out that you did not know, or that you will realize after that first year of your first professional dev job. And yeah, pros and cons, but you weigh them out best as you can, and you go from there. Till next time, people, we'll see you.